Hello, this is Jim Stephenson, composer in Chicago. I'm answering a series of questions sent to me in an email regarding my upcoming bass trombone concerto with the Chicago Symphony, Riccardo Muti conducting and Charlie Vernon as my soloist. This is the fifth question, which is, does the concerto showcase any unusual colors or extra musical effects? I would say yes to a certain degree. Anything that I put in there is only for musical reasons. I don't ever just come up with some effect just for the sake of having an effect. So with regard to the bass trombone, just a couple of things. I mean, he does some glissandi, and some lip trills. He does explore the entire range of the instrument from very high, a top F, down to very low double pedal C. So there are those things in the piece. As far as he's concerned, there isn't much other than that. The orchestra parts have some things, certainly a lot of percussion. I have tiny rocks clicking together, which is something I've put in many of my other scores. I seem to like that sound. Some snare drum effects where you press on the head and it slightly changes the pitch of the drum. Tons of other percussion, mallet instruments, various cymbal sounds, bowed crotales. You know, these are pretty typical things. But there are, you know, and then in the strings, yeah, of course, there's divisi strings, some harmonics, tremolo, things of this nature, but nothing too out of the ordinary. I did write some solos in the orchestra for particular friends of mine. I've worked with John Ye many times. He's a clarinetist and E-flat clarinetist, so he gets some solos. Jennifer Gunn, who will have a very busy night. She's playing 2 piccolo concertos already on that program, and in my part, which she will also play, I put several solos for her because I've written a piccolo sonata for her, so she's a good friend. I've worked with Rob Kassinger in the bass section, so I give the basses some nice jazzy bass lines, and of course all the brass players, just by virtue of being brass players, they're dear friends of mine because I used to be a trumpet player, so there's a soft place in my heart for those instruments. So that all being said, I try to give almost everybody something interesting to do. I just love scoring for the orchestra, and I try not to leave anyone out. Can't always do that, but hopefully, no matter where they're sitting in the orchestra, they come away from this concerto feeling like they had something to contribute and something to do. I used to be a second trumpeter in an orchestra, and I would always get a little bit bored if I sat there counting rests the entire time. So as a composer now, I try to keep everyone engaged, from conductor through the entire orchestra, and of course the soloist. So that's my 5 questions. Maybe you can search the other 4 if they happen to pop up, but that's a discussion off the top of my head of my bass trombone concerto, which will premiere in just over a week with the Chicago Symphony, June 13th to 15th, with Charlie Vernon as the soloist, Riccardo Muti conducting. Would love to see you there.